Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to talk about what's going on with this whole GameStop stock massacre. And we're going to talk about how just a bunch of Redditors online cost billionaires billions of dollars in just a couple of days due to their bad investing. I'm sure you've heard about what's going on with GameStop and how Redditors have taken over a bunch of the stocks on the stock market. So we're going to talk about what stock short selling is and then talk about what's been going on and how we got to where we are with the GameStop situation. And there's a few other stocks that this is going on with as well, such as AMC and a few others. But we're going to just mainly focus on GameStop as a pure example of how this works. So basically, stock short selling is just when short sellers bet on a company's stock to continue to fall. You can understand why they chose GameStop to do this with, because their business has been struggling over the years and it's not really projected to get any better. However, what these hedge funds have done to GameStop and other companies like AMC, Bed Bath & Beyond, and there's a ton of other companies that they bet on to fail and try to make money from. And it's nothing new. It's been around for years and hedge funds have made billions of dollars over companies failing. And so that's exactly why this story is so amazing. This story is showing how regular people are able to get in on this game as well. And all these billionaires aren't really liking that there's platforms that make it so easy for regular people like you and I to go out and buy stock and affect the price of stocks. And that's exactly what's going on here today. So Melvin Capital is the name of the hedge fund that Redditors took aim at because they had the biggest short selling speculation on GameStop at the time. And to understand what Melvin Capital did, they bet on the company's stock to fall by more than 100%. They were betting on the company to go bankrupt and basically go out of business. And when you bet on a company like this to fail by so much, they have immense pressure on actually being able to put companies out of business. So when smart people on Reddit saw this and noticed what was going on late last year, and they took notice, and on a subreddit called Wall Street Bets, they started organizing and buying up GameStop. The reason for this is when you bet on a stock to fail, you're betting on the stock to continue going down. If, on the other hand, the stock goes up, then you're at risk of losing all of the money that you've invested. And it's estimated that Melvin Group at somewhere around $3 billion. We don't know the actual numbers, but that's the best estimate that I've seen so far. But they had $3 billion on GameStop to fail. And by the stock rising by so much so quickly, that means that Melvin Capital, they lost everything they invested because they were trying to control the stock to continue to go down so they could make billions of dollars on millions or thousands of people losing their jobs that work at GameStop. They make tons of money by putting people out of work and causing companies to shut down. It just shows the corruption in the system. So let's talk about how GameStop got started. So at the beginning of 2021, their stock was at $17.25 with a market cap of $1.2 billion. But as of yesterday, January, 27th, the market cap was almost $23 billion and the stock was at about it rose to $347.51. So just to understand the timeline, on the beginning of the year, the stock was at $17.25. And then on January 11th, they named 3 people to its board of directors, which caused the stock to go up a couple of dollars to $19.94. And then from there, that's when people on Reddit took notice on January 12th and started buying even more of the stock and causing the price to really start to skyrocket. On that Friday, the stock was around $75. And by yesterday, which is Wednesday the 27th, the stock was at the height that I just mentioned, $347.51. And in the midst of all this going on, Elon Musk tweeted GameStonk, which also just fueled the fire of people going and buying GameStop stock and investing, getting the price all the way up to the high point of almost $350. So it's been an incredible journey and it's just incredible. So this is where things took a turn. Last night, RobinHood halted trading on the stock, specifically GameStop, but there's others, AMC and a few others they also halted trading on. But now today, they're allowing you to sell off the stock, but they're not allowing you to buy it. And this is making a lot of people very mad because this is one of the definitions of market manipulation. And if you go to the SEC website, it says intentional or willful conduct designed to deceive or defraud investors by controlling or artificially affecting the price of securities, or intentional interference with the free forces of supply and demand. and it can be designed to drive a stock's price up or down. So if you look at what Robinhood and these other platforms have done, that's exactly what they did. They made it so that the stock can't just be sold and traded as people want. They're forcing people to sell it, which is only going to force the price to go down. So as of last night and today, there have been multiple class action lawsuits that are getting ready to be filed against these platforms. Because as soon as regular people start making money on the stock market, billionaires and hedge fund investors, they don't like that. And that's really against what they care about. They care about making money, but now because they lost billions of dollars on what they thought was a safe investment, just due to a bunch of, little people like you and me out there, they are not happy and they want regulations. They're talking about regulations. People that usually say that there's too many regulations now want more regulations. So how about that? That's how you can see when billionaires get affected, that's when the government are really asked to step in, and most likely they'll get bailed out in some sort, and they won't really pay any consequences for what they were doing all this time before by actually forcing the price of other stocks to go down. But now it's a problem that, they lost money. And as of recording this right now, the GameStop stock has gone down to about $211 and it's continuing to go down because people are only able to sell. And as of Tuesday, the Melvin Capital group had withdrawn their position in the short stock, meaning they lost everything they had invested and they just took a loss on that. And it was reported that they were going to file for bankruptcy, but that claim has since been rebutted by one of the investors at the company. However, they have gotten $2.75 billion pumped into them from Citadel and Point72, which are billionaire firms that are pumping cash to keep Melvin Capital alive. After they lost somewhere around $3 billion on short selling GameStop and losing. And as a whole, as of today, all of the short sellers is estimated to have lost about $5 billion just on GameStop. And like I said, it's not just GameStop that billionaires were betting on to fail, but other companies like, for example, AMC today, they were able to raise about 10 times what their stock was from the beginning of 2021. And their market cap, I think, went from like a few hundred million to a couple of $1 billion. And they were able to pay off $700 million of debt that they had because of all the money they got in the last couple of days, which is kind of funny. But anyways, my general thoughts on what's going on right now is it just shows the corruption in the whole system. Wall Street is all about making a dollar and they don't care about actual people. I mean, if regular people like you and I lost money on stocks, they would say, oh, well, you should make better investments. You should make better decisions. You shouldn't have taken these risky investments. Maybe stop eating avocado toast so much and budgeting and go get another job and pick yourself up by the bootstraps and all of these things. I've seen a lot of people online saying that about them. So it's kind of funny how the internet works. And so I just wanted to cover this real quickly. Just give you a basic recap of what is going on with GameStop. And the story is unfolding. I'm curious to see what's going to happen to the billionaires as well as the regular people. I hope that a lot of people made a lot of money on these that aren't billionaires because the middle class people really deserve some of the money. It's not fair that all these Wall Street executives get to have all the money and as soon as the little guy makes a few dollars, then it's a problem. And that's pretty much it. So if you enjoyed this recap of what's going on over the last couple of days, definitely subscribe for more content. I'll be making videos about real estate investing, general finance and personal development, and all sorts of other videos that will help you with your finances as well as investing. So thanks for visiting and thanks for watching and see you again next time.